Hey Miranda, it's good to see you again.
And good to see you too.
Yeah, welcome back. So, I'm interested in hearing how things have been going with your managing the diabetes over the past 6 months, and at the same time, I'd like to, know a little bit about how you're feeling as far as, what's most important for you today to talk about. What concerns do you have that are most pressing for you?
Okay. It's been hard. It's been really hard to keep on top of everything that I'm supposed to do. Like I think about eating better, but just with my work schedule and everything, I end up, snacking or buying things that I can get really quickly, and so that doesn't cut down on the fat and the sugar. And it's been hard to exercise. Like I even got a gym membership, so I'm a member at the Y, but I haven't gone yet.
So between the stress of work and just trying to catch a bite here and there, you found it pretty difficult to change what you've been eating and to exercise more. And there's been things that have been getting in the way for you, even though that you've had this intention to do that.
Yeah, yeah. And I really want to do better. It's been so hard for me that I don't know if I can.
Yeah, so you're worried a little bit about how you can be successful at this going forward, and I'm also gathering that it's still important for you today to do something differently as far as what you're eating and how you're exercising
Yes.
to manage the diabetes.
Yes, yes. Also, I've had, like, my legs have been hurting, and I've been wheezing a lot, and I guess that's why I finally made the appointment and stuck with it. Yeah.
This has become a little bit more urgent for you since you've had an increase in pain in your legs and some of the respiratory things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even headaches too. Yeah.
And now that's been certainly really made things more difficult for you, probably getting through your day.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that, I don't know if that represents a change from how things were a little while ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah, it does. This wasn't happening before. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some things that you've noticed that have been different for you as a result of having more pain in your legs and feeling a little bit worse, breathing wise?
There's my daughter. I want to walk her to school every day, or now to camp every day, and I just can't. I mean, with those things on top of feeling kind of dizzy and nauseous, there are things that I want to do, like help out with chores around the house, and I can't with all this stuff going on. I just don't feel up to it. I don't have the energy, and then even if I have the energy, it's just too painful or uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, you feel that the physical parts of your condition have been getting in the way. It's really important to you to spend quality time with your daughter and to have maybe a more organized house and just to stay on top of how your house is looking.
Yeah, yeah.
That would feel better to you.
Yeah.
And perhaps, let you feel, happier about how things are going.
Mm-hmm. And I think I would get along better with everybody. Like I'd get to spend the quality time with her, and there's been some tension between me and her father over me not doing more to help out around the house. And not just that, like he also wants me to be feeling better.
Yeah, so you have people who are really want to see you improving, although they may not be expressing it in the way that you would quite like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it seems like it's still pretty important to you today to do something differently about your diabetes and the exercise and what you're eating. And I'm also gathering that it's you're not quite sure how that this could go better for you.
Right.
On a
Yeah.
scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being not confident at all and 10 being the most confident, what number would you place yourself as far as how confident you are today that you could make some changes to either your diet or your exercise?
It's probably like a 3.
Yeah, so right today it's a little bit, you feel a little bit confident that you could make those changes. Why did you rate yourself a 3 and not lower? What makes you a 3 today?
I guess I know that I really want to, and there is some stuff that I am doing. Like I go to church on the weekends, and I'm still going to work. So I think maybe I can. It's just really hard.
Yeah, so while you've encountered a lot of the stress and the increased pain in your legs and the low energy, you've still managed to participate in some things that really make you feel good and are really valuable to you in your life, like church and some activities, which makes you a little bit confident that you could push through times.
Yeah.
What would have to happen to move you, let's say, from a 3 to a 5 in confidence, just a couple points higher? What might have to change?
I guess if any part of taking care of my diabetes went better, I'd feel more confident. So if I could stay on top of the medication better, or actually start exercising, or stick with the changes in my diet, maybe that, would help.
Yeah, so almost to see yourself having an easier time managing some of the symptoms.
Yeah.
That would be encouraging for you and make you feel even more like you can do this.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you've had different ideas. It sounds like you've tried a lot of different things, but what ideas today do you have about how this could go easier for you?
Well, with the medication, I'm having a really hard time with the injections and the mixing, and I usually take it at work, and that's just been really hard for me. And I know that I'm better with pills, with like oral medication. So that's one idea that I had.
Yeah, you really see yourself having an easier time with the oral medication versus the more complicated procedure of mixing the insulin and administering it to yourself at work.
Yeah.
That seems like an easier path for you.
Yeah.
What else might make this a little bit easier for you, or what might help you kind of get things rolling a little bit more?
Some folks have offered just to, like my neighbor offered to come and spend time with my daughter during the day while I connect with resources or go to the gym, whatever it is I need to do to take care of my diabetes. And so maybe that could help if I took her up on it.
Yeah, you really see having support, while that gives you the space to do some of these things.
Yeah.
In time, and that you wouldn't be kind of pulled in too many different directions, and people are perfectly in your life willing to do that. It seems like.
My daughter's father too. He said he's even willing to take time off work if that's what it takes to get me to come here or get me to go to groups that are talking about diabetes or weight management.
You have a lot of people in your life who are on your team, on your side with us.
Yeah.
And I certainly admire how determined you've been to still come back and even talk about this, given how many roadblocks you've hit along the way. Thank you.
I wasn't feeling that way because it's taken me so long to get back in here. So thank you.
Yeah, and that seems perhaps, I don't know, for you, this struggle that you've been dealing with and not feeling as confident and feeling like low energy and feeling a little bit disappointed has been a reason why you haven't come back in as often as you would have liked.
Yeah.
And today you're kind of thinking about, what's the way forward.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so the oral medication, the going to the gym, where somebody's watching your kids. What else? What other ideas do you have, if any, about either eating differently or exercising, or checking your blood sugars?
With exercising, maybe I could take a friend with me. Like I saw on TV that exercising with a friend could make it easier to stay on top of it. So maybe I could do that.
Having a partner with you and somebody who's
Yeah.
also as excited as you are to be there.
Yeah.
You could see yourself maybe even staying there longer, or just going to begin with,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
being excited about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So, as you think about it, I'm wondering, out of all these ideas that you've come up with, what makes the most sense for you today to kind of think about going forward? Where does that leave you with this?
I wonder if there's anything we can do about changing medications.
Okay.
And I guess that's sort of the main thing for me, just here today. And there are other things I'm thinking about, like I've actually thought about applying for disability, because I've been having such a hard time, even though I've still been going to work. So I've thought about doing that, but that's not exciting to me.
That's kind of not a last resort, but something that you wouldn't go to first.
Yeah.
As a first option for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hear that you would like to talk a little bit more about oral medications and see what your options are here, for those. Along with, and I wonder, where are you as far as what you'd like to do about the gym, or about having somebody help you with that, or eating? What do you plan to do over the next between now and the next time we get together?
Okay.
And it's really up to you what you decide to do.
Okay. The gym, that's something, I can think of something right away. Like I have my buddy that I play cards with, and she and I have talked about getting more in shape. And my church has a healthy lifestyles group, so I'm thinking of joining that group. Because when I think about how to make my diet better, I know I even bought like leafy greens and lean protein, stuff like that. I even bought it and then just didn't end up eating it because I was on the go. So maybe the group can help me with making changes.
Yeah, you see that as connected with your faith and being a part of the church, which really seems to lift you up.
Yeah, yeah.
And you also have taken some steps toward buying some different healthier foods for yourself. So you're part of the way there.
Almost there. Now I
Yeah.
just have to eat the kale after I buy it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, great. So however things go for you with your plan to increase your exercise, to eat differently, perhaps joining the lifestyles group and with an oral medication. I'm really just interested in seeing what works for you and what might not work as well for you the next time we talk.
Okay.
And having a conversation about what you see as your successes and problem solving around anything that doesn't go so well, if you'd like to.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Great. Well, so been a pleasure talking with you today.
You
and,
too.
I wish you the best of success with this.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.